Alright, making a quick guide on how to set up, getting on top of the inn here for Alliance. Mind you, there is no proper save spot where you can Hearthstone into this game. Even if you're in this position, what Horde characters can do is essentially place themselves right around where the character would be standing and like hit through the wall. Albeit, it is still the safest one because you are in line of sight of all other locations that is below, above, and onto the sides. The only way that they could potentially be casting on you is if they're already on top of the location in of itself. So what I'm doing here is I'm setting up my character on top of the bookshelf. And what I'll end up doing here is I'm just gonna move two of my characters here as well. Try to do this. You don't necessarily need to be on top of the bookshelf in order to click. However, it makes it a lot easier. All I'm doing here is I'm jumping and pressing W at the apex of the jump, or like the peak of the jump. So what I'm doing here, I'm gonna move my human character, or my warlock in this case, into this corner. As you can see, I've jumped into this corner. What I'm gonna be using is an elixir of giant growth. So in order to make this foolproof, I am summoning myself. I move down to increase my size. And then when I press the accept summon, I press forward once in order to get stuck to the floor above. And as you can see, I can simply jump up. In this position, in order to be able to essentially interact with the innkeeper, you need to get into a very precise location. I will not be able to show the exact one on stream here, or should I say in this recording. Mainly because it's very finicky. As you can see, I can't right-click Allison, so what I've done instead, I've set up an interact with the target keybind. In this case, it's my period key. Also, I'm using Control Tab in order to cycle between friendly targets. So I Control Tab to target Allison, and then I press my my period key here. If you were in the correct position, then you would be able to press the innkeeper, should I say, keep your in, or like set the Hearthstone into this position. The one position that I'm currently at is not gonna be the perfect one, mainly because I know it's very finicky. I can try it though, so unfortunately I have my Hearthstone on cooldown, but I'm essentially just gonna run into stockades and just leave group, so I use the get a Hearthstone function. If I somehow got the exact correct position here, then it's just by luck. Essentially, you have to trial and error over and over again until you get the one where you don't fall down. What I'm referring to is when you get summoned to the zone, there's a slight point in time where essentially the server calculates you falling down to the floor. But if you're in the correct one, you will get stuck to the wooden beam, right? I can show what it looks like on these characters afterwards, what it's supposed to look like. So after a minute, you'll be able to see it. Essentially, I'll show it here on my main warrior, since I did set it up at a previous time. What it essentially is aiming for is this precise location. As you can see, my camera is a little bit wonky. It's because I'm technically inside of the room rather than outside, or should I say on the beam itself. But you can see this way, you know, I can talk with Allison, and then I can set my innkeeper. And this is the exact precise location where it's doable at. I might be able to have gotten it on this character. Mind you, this only works on some of the Alliance races. Gnomes both no male or female and dwarf male or female have a much bigger chance to fall down. You can see my location was not the perfect one for the human, and I ended up falling down. But assuming that you can get the precise location, the one that I'm standing in, then essentially by trial and error you can set it up. And as soon as you've gotten it on, let's say, your warlock first, then you can summon everyone into the same exact location that I'm standing in, and they will be able to take the inn from Allison, and it will work out. And that's how you set it up. But just remember, there is no real safe location. They can still be here technically. They can still, you know, attack you by attacking through the wall. But it's about the safest spots that I've managed to figure out through at least some kind of trial and error.